Turning now to the massive disruption in the nation's supply chain. Consumers are finding these empty shelves, some basic items in short supply, and prices are going up. President Biden says he's on top of the issue. He met with top retail executives this afternoon, as well as directors of the nation's busiest ports. All of this stemming from massive container ships sitting idle in Southern California ports. It seems like we've been dealing with supply chain shortages ever since the pandemic began, now a year and a half ago. So why is it still going on, and can we expect relief? Joining us now is Scott Grawe. He is the chair of the Department of Supply Chain Management at Iowa State. Scott, thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Explain to our viewers, why are we still seeing issues with things like car parts, meat, and other goods?
We've got several bottlenecks throughout the supply chain. So one of the things that's hampering us right now is if you look across the globe, there's almost 500 container ships at anchor off of North America, Asia, European ports, just waiting to be offloaded and continue on through their supply chain journey.
How hard is it to predict supply chain shortages?
It's very difficult to predict supply chain shortages, especially as we've seen consumer demand continue to change throughout the pandemic. At the very beginning of the pandemic, we saw a lot of tastes and preferences change, and they continue to change and adapt as people move on and do things a little bit differently.
And we're already in mid-October. What do you think the holidays will look like?
The holidays are likely going to have some emptier shelves than we're used to seeing. I think you're going to see the holidays stretch even further. Right now, if you see something that's on your list that someone might want for the holidays, go ahead and get it now. That doesn't mean hoard, but grab what you need while you see it, because this might be your only chance.
So not to hoard, and on that, why should we not panic buy?
When people panic buy, what happens is it creates these false demand signals throughout the supply chain. And now all of a sudden what you've done is you've robbed several other consumers with the opportunity to get what they need. Retailers and manufacturers are doing their very best to make sure that people can continue to get the product that they need when they need it. But when you go and you grab a lot more than you actually need, that's just creating more problems for your neighbors down the street.
Scott, we thank you so much for your time today, and we'll be sure to follow up with you as this develops.
My pleasure.